We are just a few miles from the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. They'll run it. Here's the rookie from Oregon. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. Well, this defense for the Niners very strong in that victory a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Mayfield. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The intended target was Chris Godwin, and it's 3rd and 4. You look at this Niner defense, and they're a tough unit to throw against, currently 4th toughest in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
From the gun, Mayfield. Looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
Well, the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Purdy now to throw. Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. They'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll, and now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Throwing here, Purdy. Looking for the out route, and he's got it. The ball comes out, and this is going to kick out of bounds. Boy, a fortunate bounce or two there. They'll keep possession back inside the 10-yard line. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds, because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
Purdy. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. McCaffrey is in. Touchdown, 49ers.
Boy, we talk a lot about Christian McCaffrey and what he can do in the open field, and it's easy to gloss over how tough he can be to stop near the goal line. And he shows you just how tough he is on that carry as he takes it into the end zone.
Moody good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. 7-0 is our score, ready for the dynamic kickoff as this one's away. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Mayfield looks to throw. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
They need 18 yards here on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. Godwin, the motion man. Now he's going to get it on the jet sweep. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. The Buccaneers at 4-5, a game under 500. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. And motion left goes a tight end. On 1st and 10, here's Irving. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. 43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
On 2nd down, Irving. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. And he will have the 1st down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and 1, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
Baker going to give it to Irving. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. A good run, 8 yards there, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
That's a great run right there on 1st down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
And the avenue collapsed for him as he's going to be held up short of the goal line. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1. Irving is into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. So the 2nd down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And Dallas Flowers going to bring this out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Yaya Diaby in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. On fourth down, the Niners trot out Mitch Wishnowsky to punt the football. This is fielded at the 27. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks. Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
It's a first down following a gain of 3.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Mayfield's throw complete to Otten. Touchdown, Tampa Bay! Cade Otten, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs have taken the lead.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. After the made field goal, here's McLaughlin back out there to kick it away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. From the left side here, and it's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 19 yards that time for number 19. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. On first down, it's Purdy sliding out of the pocket. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down. Back to throw, Purdy. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Purdy will set up to throw it here. Throw left side complete. That's Willis. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. He'll buy some time right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Purdy looking to throw. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Bucs are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. And that was one I kind of saw coming, Charles. He had a free safety just hanging back there over the middle, waiting, and he saw that ball go in the air, and he jumped on it.
And I don't know why the quarterback didn't see that. That was just your standard cover 3, which means the free safety in the middle of the field, the 2 corners, and they divide the...
And the Niners get there and bring him down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Now a 2nd down throw for Mayfield. Complete right side to Otten. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Bucky Irving in the final seconds of the first half. And the Buccaneers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now 21-7. So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive. I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done. Here's Purdy. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. Rolling to his right. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Lavonte David. And the Buccaneers are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. As they started that drive, I think they looked at the scoreboard and said, this is a manageable deficit, guys, but let's go ahead and start cutting it down right here. Instead, an interception happened, so a 2-possession game might become 3.
So as we get going here in the second half, this could rapidly reach the point where there isn't enough time left for a comeback if their defense doesn't bail them out.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Mayfield. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. The pickup there, 5 yards.
They bring pressure there on 3rd down, but this is a nice job of picking it up and making sure their guy has time to deliver the football. And they wind up getting the 1st down.
Godwin, the motion man. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer 1st down. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
2nd and 9. Mayfield now. And that is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
1st down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 20-yard line. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Mayfield to throw it. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
And the passing game's been struggling a bit today, and that was the latest example. Haven't been getting much yardage out of it, and now on his back after the last play, he faces 3rd and long.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. So roughing the passer penalty and an automatic 1st down.
And that's the mark of a bad team, partner, because that's an easily preventable penalty. But they just didn't take the proper steps to make it so.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. A run up the middle with Irving. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Mayfield. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Nick Bosa. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. 3rd down and 13. To throw, Mayfield. He's got Otten. And I think the ball's out. And this is going to kick out of bounds. Boy, a fortunate bounce or two there. They'll keep possession back inside the 10-yard line. Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And this one is right through. And they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession. In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Eluding the pressure right. Throw caught there by Willis. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 18 yards, first down Niners. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Purdy looking to throw on first down here. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Now Purdy. Flushed out right. Open man is Juwan Jennings. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Purdy will look to throw again here. Dancing to his left. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. Back to throw again. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Being chased out left. And Purdy finds a way to move the chains. He slides to a stop, and he's got the first down. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. A second down throw for Purdy. And it's caught. Touchdown 49ers. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the 49ers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Moody good with the extra point. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They've been pretty anemic on this side of the football in the second half, just 3 points, and you just saw the touchdown go the other way. So it's a 2-score game. We're not done here yet.
I think everyone's on the edge of their seats now because they're anticipating what's coming, and I sense that everyone in the stadium knows they need to keep it on the ground. So if you're going to do that, hope the quarterback is stretched a little bit. Some bootlegs, right? Some fakes inside, getting out to the perimeter. Those might be open for him.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Throwing, Mayfield. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. Straight ahead, it's Irving. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. Now 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
I like how he hung in there and went through his progressions, but eventually his internal clock went off and told him it was time to make a run for it, and he ends up sliding down with a solid gain.
He'll drop to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. And this is a quarterback that's already in the top 100 all-time in passing yards, but that last throw going to move him past Roger Staubach on the all-time list. Roger Charles at 22,700.
Don't forget, he also won 2 Super Bowls, played from 1969 to 1979. And I would dare say Roger's numbers would be larger. But remember, he had a commitment to the Navy. A graduate of the Naval Academy. And back then, you had to serve your 5-year hitch before you could go on and join the NFL.
The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for second and goal. Mayfield knocks this forward. It's a jet sweep. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. Mayfield knocks this forward. It's a jet sweep, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans from 4 yards out. And the Bucs look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. On first down, Purdy. And this is caught, Jennings. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards there for number 15. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Operating from the gun. Purdy, he'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Throwing on second down, it's Purdy. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. They tried the throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll look to throw again. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing till the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. 2nd and 11 now. On the handoff, this is Irving. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree. Matched up against a top 5 defensive unit in the league, and they pretty much had their way. Yeah,
that was the interesting part about it, because normally when we see this defense play, they have their opportunities, and they make their plays, don't they? They knock them back on their heels. They take the ball away. They change field position. In this case, what you said is so apt. They had their way with them, took it to them, and knocked them back on their heels and surprised the heck out of them. So for Tampa Bay, it's a win that might keep them alive in the playoff race as they're back to 500 at 5-5. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Bucs are winners here as we say so long from Tampa.